My shoulders are sore.
Yeah, Mantis is heavier than she looks.
How is she connected with my soreness?
She rode your back all the way down the caves to Goldie's place?
Really?
That's all you have to say on that, Drax?
Apparently it is. So before we do anything, let's actually try to find the journal here again and just have a look at that. And also at the start of the video, so to speak, the first 15 or 20 minutes or so as we're on the Milano, this is from the earlier recording session that had the wonky frame rate stuff going on, so that's still gonna happen here on the ship, but it will not be happening once we actually get off. But there's gonna be some other slight problems that I will point out when they become relevant. But for now, let's just enjoy these wonderful doodles here in the diary.
Yeah, this journal is fantastic.
It is pretty great.
I do have to wonder where all these 80s Earth or these stickers are from, like, because they're very clearly evocative of life in America in the 80s.
Don't worry about it.
I do appreciate all the cool S's, though.
Yeah, they're very cool. And yeah, this Soul Stone, of course, is one of the Infinity Stones, in case that was still not obvious. But yeah, before we do anything else, we, of course, have to... In a moment.
Asking for room service now?
Come get your own. We've got a full fridge.
Well,
Moore, are you okay letting Mantis fight the church alone out there?
She won't fight. She'll focus on evacuating people. Maybe they can all hide in the caves.
so she's just gonna let the church take over her homeworld?
Mantis would tell you that people matter more than the planet. And she knows that the church won't stop coming until we rescue Nikki.
You have great confidence in this celestial Madonna.
She's one of the few people I know I can trust.
Really? She freaks me out.
Because she's smarter than you?
And kinder.
Hey, that nickname makes my skin crawl. I'm furry, not fuzzy. Not even that little.
Okay, little fuzzy, let's make some upgrades.
Oh,
You seem like you're in a good
he's
mood.
something.
Not sure we can trust the guy who looked at the Grand Unicorn himself and thought, the lad.
I'm not sure what that
What?
cut off.
True evil is Magus. Raker is but an impressionable fanatic.
A fanatic with a lot of firepower.
Well, now that the gang's back together and we've got a minute to breathe, I think you deserve an official thank you for what you did on Lamentus.
Quill,
I know you don't like that kind of sappy stuff, but I really mean it. Knowing about the crap those scientists did to you, not only does it make my blood boil, it puts everything into perspective.
come on. It was just a puddle.
I don't know if I could have gotten over something like that.
You saved their lives, man. You deserve a bit of praise.
The rodents saved your lives, and scientists were involved. I have many questions.
Yeah, well, save them for the next time we all get a drink together, buddy. Give me a tick. I'll be right there.
You're already there.
Okay, so let's see what we actually get here. We basically have all the good ones at this point.
Okay, so this is just gravy then.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I guess we could get the shorter delay for the
One tick.
shield restoration. So that's gonna be helpful at least. But these rest are just kinda there. I mean, I guess the double firing rate when at low health might be useful, but I try not to get to such low health in general.
Yeah, I understand that.
Hot and fresh.
I probably would have gone for the tactical scan, but I'm not quite sure what scanning enemies does
I
here.
have literally never used that. At least on
Okay.
purpose. It just shows like some info on their weak spots and stuff like that, but
I got a feeling we'll need to go full destroyer on this one.
I shall be ready, Peter Quill. I have witnessed the threat posed by Magus firsthand. No one should suffer from its malignant lies. I owe all of you a great debt of gratitude. It'll be my honor to fight beside you with all of my might.
That's a lot of might. Groot agrees with you, Muscles.
Sounds like we've got ourselves a nice church butt-kicking party.
I only hope our guest agrees to join this buttock-striking celebration.
And yet there was also the charge shot skill that we could have unlocked, but that's just so kinda awkward to use that. Oh, Jesus God, the frame rate is. Again, that this is the recording, this is OBS just being crap. This is not the game. Although the game does have a bug, I think, in the next level, probably some kind of a memory leak that we will be seeing.
He didn't light it.
Peter Quill, I did not expect to find you in here.
But never mind that, because let's talk about Drax. Talk to Drax, I should say.
It is fine. Your company is always welcome. And thank you for the gift.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Figured you might want to light it from time to time in memory of your family.
Why would a lit candle remind me of my family? Every memory I have of them has been carved into my flesh.
You... What?
The red
What?
scars that I bear. They are a record of every great deed, an important milestone in my life.
Oh. I just thought it was because they look cool.
No, Peter Quill. On Katath, we practice scarification, so that there is a record, proof, that one is worthy to enter Ultath. Such a record is required for judgment in the afterlife.
Both of those options I really want to know more about.
Tattoos are actually a record of your life that's been carved into your skin?
Yes. The process is known as the Jil Tara, and is extremely painful. It requires focus and self-control, and occurs many times in a Catathian's life.
No offense, Drax, but they just look like a bunch of swirly lines.
Perhaps to you. To me, they are the most important moments of my life. Each line is composed of 1,000 scars, each engraved with the tooth of a walnut creature.
What kind of moments get recorded? Kill counts? Stuff like that?
No, Peter Quill. A Catathian life record is a record of just that. Major milestones and important events. Like the day I became a man.
Now let me tell you about that in great detail.
Accepted my proposal of marriage.
No, you misunderstand. That was the first time I ripped someone's head off.
Oh,
Hovat gave birth to my daughter, Camaria. And the day that I lost them both.
Now I see why they're scars.
Yes. Once I believed my failure to avenge their deaths had banished us all to Sarduth. But now, thanks to you and the others, I see a deeper truth. Life does not have meaning without suffering as well.
So, hypothetically speaking, if you died tomorrow, what would happen?
My Chotak, my life essence, would travel to the gates of Ultath. There I will be judged by the great kings and queens of ages past. And if deemed worthy, the gates will open.
And if you're not, worthy?
The gates do not open.
And...
I am cast into Sarduth, where I will cease to exist.
yeah. I guess that's bad. So, how do these kings and queens know if you're worthy?
By reading the scars that make up my life record. From that they will judge whether I am worthy. For some, a life of meaning comes from their trade. For others, their family. And others yet, from following the warrior's path. Each is a valid entry into the gates of Ultath. Hence the record.
What happens if you don't have a record?
Ah, like yourself.
Sure. Like me, what happens to someone like me? Do I just immediately get thrown into Sarduth?
No, Peter Quill. Your record is instead given by those who knew you in life.
Ooh, yeah. I might have some problems.
Doubtful. I've seen your dedication to the Kree child and woman. and to this crew, and what you did for me. It is a testament to your worthiness.
Oh, thanks. If anyone deserves a happy afterlife, Drax, it's you. Think you'll be adding any more to your tattoos?
Yes.
Like maybe a Guardians of the Galaxy logo?
Perhaps.
Good enough for me.
Now, while we do not have badges, we do have the logo, which is actually the loading icon right there on the top of the screen.
Rodent, you mentioned the Madonna riding my shoulders through the caves.
Yep.
There was more than one cave then.
You really don't remember anything at all?
I have a vague recollection of dampness.
Yep. That would be the caves.
You know, wasn't trying to touch that at all. Oh god, OBS, please just work with me for one more second.
Ringing from all her nonsense.
I prefer Mantis's nonsense to Warlock's.
The Golden Man is perfectly intelligible.
Sure, his words make sense. I'm just having trouble with all the pathos.
Yeah, like, what's with the dramatic wardrobe change? Who sleeps in a cocoon and owns a cape?
Look, when you sleep in a cocoon, you got to do something to like make your life feel a little better.
Right, let's see. The next collectible here.
All right. Let the waves of calm
No, Peter, that is not a bong.
That's not how that works.
Please enlighten us, Gamora.
Oh, Gamora!
Since when do you meditate?
I don't, but desperate times and all. Stuff's been a lot lately.
I get it. Allah help me, do I get it?
So, how do you use this then? In case, you know, Rocket asks.
Well, for one, it isn't about just holding it. You also need a comfortable place to sit, where you can be relaxed but alert, and focus on your breathing. Then you practice. A lot.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot more work than I was hoping for.
Anything worth doing tends to be.
So how do you do it?
Focus was something Thanos beat into us early on. But it wasn't until I lived with the priests of Palma that I realized how limited his version of meditation really was.
How did you end up living with the priests of Palma? They're not exactly your kind of crowd with the whole pacifism thing.
Mantis introduced me to them last year when I needed to heal. They helped me in ways I didn't think were possible.
Helped? How?
I guess you could say I was broken. Thanos, the war, working as an assassin, it'd take a toll on you. By the time Mantis brought me there, I was ready to give up. I mean, I was miserable. Convinced I was beyond redemption or worth. I truly believed I deserved to die.
But you didn't. Die?
No. There was this boy there. A Khan.
The one you hugged in the village?
A Khan was like me. Lost. His parents had died in an accident. He was combative, rebellious, the opposite of a pacifist. The priest thought it would be a good idea for both of us to work through our scut together.
And was it?
At first, not really. He was a pain in the butt. But over time, we came to rely on each other. Thanos had taught me how to meditate in the functional sense, but not in the spiritual sense. Like how to work through my trauma, caring for a Khan. He forced me to reflect and process. And together, through mutual support, Khan and I were able to overcome our demons.
I can't picture Thanos meditating. I kind of always figured he was this egotistical tyrant.
Oh, he totally was. But Thanos also understood that aspects of meditation could be useful to his cause.
Like focus?
focus, increasing overall awareness, pain tolerance. He came up with a series of exercises, fun little games for me and Nebula to compete in as part of our training. The worst part was, we didn't even know what he was doing until it was too late.
What do you mean?
Thanos' brand of meditation warped us, turned us into hyper-focused weapons. That way we were numb to the horrors of his agenda.
Killing people.
Assassination is just a different name for murder.
So how did you cope?
Now I want to know what kind of meditation he set out for them.
To shout as we were killing people. The more terrible, the better.
Here, I thought you just had a really lame sense of humor.
Oh, I do. But it was the only way to survive. And it was something we did together, a new kind of competition, just between me and Nebula, to see who can make the other laugh.
That's really messed up, and yet oddly endearing.
Yeah, well, even bad puns can only get you so far before your conscience catches up with you.
Wow. I had no idea meditation could be so intense.
Or beneficial?
Well, yeah, that too. I guess I should give it a go sometime. Although I'm kind of scared of what I'll find.
Who knows? You might surprise yourself. I know I did.
Yeah, maybe.
I still really like these collectible, these conversations. They just add a whole bunch of depth to these characters, but at the moment...
Recount your...
Hey, Warlock. Open up. This is my room, you know. And that would be my cassette cover.
You penned this pithy poetry?
It's not poetry, it's music. Hard rock. It's supposed to have guitars and bass and drums.
Sometimes keyboards.
Do we need to explain all the instruments to Warlock over there?
What did I do to piss you off?
Your lamentable leadership allowed the Madonna to leave when we needed her talents to travel to the telepathic realm.
Mantis had good reason to stay behind. We just need to get Nikki and get the hell out so we can find her again.
Your tenuous tactics trust too much to fortune. Can you confidently convince me your meager measures may amply manage this mission?
Well, absolutely when you put it that way.
Yes. Absolutely.
Wise words. Sure and measured. But beheld by my bemused misgivings, your demeanor differs distinctly in direction from my more willful ways.
Maybe we can meet in the middle then.
Yes. An oath! Will you own an oath to operate with greater aggression? To give gravitas to gravid seasons of your soul and struggle not to stand on destiny's icy flows?
Sure, man. Whatever it takes.
Then assert it!
I swear I'll be a good leader. That I'll be decisive and that I won't let Mantis do whatever she wants.
I stand partially reassured.
That's all it took, huh?
What about you, Mr. Fancy Words? How do I know you won't see Raker and have a change of heart?
Why would I weasel away?
Didn't you used to be best buds with him?
We were common company for a fleeting fallow, through which I witnessed the incommensurable extent of his sadness. He mourns his lost son.
That's why he's doing all of this. The church, the matriarch? Because he wants to get his kid back. But that can't happen, right? Magus can't...
No. Cannot.
So? We can count on you? When you reunite with Raker, that man's gotta go down.
Indubitably.
Of course, he's the kind of guy who would say indubitably.
Beside us.
Judging from the tone of voice, he was more annoyed than convinced.
Which one? Quill or Golden Boy? They both sounded annoyed.
So, how is he?
Frustrating. It's like talking to Suzanne Harris at the summer dance all over again.
Ain't that the Hume girl you tried to impress with your yo-yo skills?
Yeah, and it went about as well as talking to Mr. Cape.
What's a yo-yo?
We'll tell you later. First things first, of course. Okay, with that subtle cut, we have moved on to the later recording.
It'll be up to us to stop the church in Knowhere. You ready?
He's worried about the mutt. Says it would be easier with his help.
I didn't think Cosmo would let the church take over his station. But if they got the Cortex, then...
He is but one canine against the army of the converted.
Maybe we should do something about that then.
Yeah, let's see. We should probably help out Cosmo if we can. Was it supposed to just like flip like that?
To reach Cosmo. If you don't answer it, they'll vaporize us.
I will handle this communication.
All yours, buddy.
Hail, traveler. Have you accepted the truth of a divine promise?
We have. My deceased wife and daughter are with me. To thank the matriarch for her gift.
May the promise be fulfilled. You are clear to land at the spaceport.
All them bars and betting parlors.
And noodle joints.
Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
I assume it will be worse.
Raker rallies regiments while we wait whistling in the wings.
Landing as fast as I can, Gold. What the flark?
Great! Cocoon Boy thinks he's a butterfly now!
He is a man of action.
Let's just hope that he can keep the church busy while we look for Nikki.
Didn't think you'd be able to bluff your way through security muscles.
I am quite adept at deception.
We're gonna need more than that to get to the Continuum Cortex and rescue Nikki.
Especially with Golden Boy jumping ship. Should we, like, try to find him?
Time is running out. We cannot lose focus if we are to save the girl.
Drax is right. Let's just hope Warlock can do a bit of damage on his side. So, final showdown against Raker. This time, you'll get him for good.
I intend to. We're not leaving here without Nikki. Just so you know, I'll do everything I can to save your girl. I know it's important to you.
You take care of the Milano, okay? Make sure the ship's still here when we come back.
I am Groot.
Groot wants you to know he'll do all he can to save your kid.
You know what? I think I kinda understood that.
I am Groot.
Same here. Can't wait to whoop some robe flarkers. Your kid sure got herself in a deep, Quill.
Her mom died, man. If Warlock's telling the truth, that thing inside her is using Corell's death to manipulate her.
I get it. Ain't gonna be easy getting her out of there, but I'll die trying. Gotta make the Flarkers pay for what they did to Knowhere. And Contraxia. And all the killing and converting and stuff.
Well, mostly what they did to Knowhere.
I am. My blades are as sharp as the rodent's tongue.
Was that a metaphor?
It was a simile.
Oh, we have trained him well.
To make sure he didn't have
I'm
any
so proud of him.
lingering effects from the promise.
I know the evil it conceals. Magus and the church must be stopped.
Well, I guess we should probably get to that at some point.
Do this. Time to save Nikki.
Peter,
Okay. Just be cool. Let me handle these guys.
Welcome, travelers. Have you come to witness the fulfillment?
The what now?
The realization of the Matriarch's promise. The beginning of a new world. One without death, or pain, or fear. You should know this. Weren't you vetted and cleared to land?
God damn it, Rocket.
Of course we were.
How are you not aware of the fulfillment? Something is wrong. These heretics must be stopped. Attack!
Well, this was gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, not this fast, though. And yeah, also Drax now has his ultimate ability. Which is cool.
Did that land on anyone?
I think it got someone.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just gonna start the fight by pinning these guys on with Groot. Then there's Rocket's Gravistack grenade. And now we do some damage with Gamora there and fall off the platform. And then we have Drax do some more damage. And basically miss everything, so we try the Eye of the Hurricane as well, which also misses most of these things I was trying to aim for because it has deceptively short range. But at least the Unifier has been staggered, so that would have been nice if we actually had noticed.
You almost had a pretty good combo going.
Ah, well. Yeah, I know I have not really been doing the best job at actually explaining the fight mechanics in this game. Because there are a lot of them and I don't think I have really been actively talking about them since the first couple of episodes. And yeah, the meter on the left that's currently saying Marvelous, that is the momentum. And the higher our momentum is, the more we can use like finishers and team attacks and that sort of thing.
Oh, so it's like the heat meter in Yakuza games.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, I was kind of wondering if that was more like Devil May Cry's style meter or, you know, a heat meter.
It's kind of like that as well. But what it does, it just increases the chance of us getting those special attacks. It's not like, oh, you fill up the gauge and then you can do the heat action or whatever. Those will just happen like randomly anyway, but that just increases the chance.
Gotcha.
At least that is how I understood it. It's been surprisingly difficult to actually find like straight answers about any of this stuff.
Ooh, that's a place to ragdoll.
It's fine.
Without death or pain or fear, because I'm gonna kill him for flarking up this spaceport.
They have been very busy redecorating.
All the more reason for us to get to the Cortex and find Nikki.
Okay, so Drax could pull this.
I must pry it loose from its source. If the promise is to be realized here, converted will be flocking in to witness it. Are we the only new arrivals?
We must be late, as usual.
So yeah, I had to re-record this entire chapter due to the technical issues with the recording, and that means all of the collectibles are collected.
Ah.
So let's just actually head over to the menu and show off the ones that we would get in the chapter. So here's the Apocalypse Lord. It is the evil Star-Lord. It's pretty fancy. I like the helmet.
I see. The helmet looks cool. I'm not too hot on the model, his model just being tinted gray, I guess?
Yeah, I guess that's not that great. Also, here is Smuggler Rocket.
Sure.
Which is whatever. I do go through this pretty fast, so just pause the video if you want to read this. And here's
Oh man.
Punk Groot. Spiky Groot.
That's pretty cool.
And Casual Gamora, which is also cool.
Oh yeah, she rocks that jacket.
And finally, whatever the hell this is.
Not feeling that one.
Yeah, that's what was in this particular box, I think.
Although I guess purple really worked for his wife based on that description.
Yeah, let's just not dwell on that.
Scott! Cosmos Tower's shut down.
That's because it's never been dark before. You do realize some of the guys shooting at us were Knowhere security?
This does not bode well for the dog.
Never was the Mutt's biggest fan, but we could have used the backup telepath.
If Cosmo is on their side, getting to the Cortex could be a lot harder.
The Church believes they have already won. We must use that to our advantage.
Or maybe they have one and we're just walking to our deaths?
Just because the tower shut down doesn't mean Cosmo is too. Last time we were here, he knocked out me, Gamora, and Drax, and Lady Hellbender's bounty hunters, like it was nothing. We just gotta have faith he's okay.
Really, Peter? Faith?
There does appear to be an excess of it stored here.
Well, then it shouldn't be too hard to have faith. I scrolled through that pretty fast, but yeah, I did go back to it at least so I could get the screen grabs of that. I do apologize for going through those so fast, but like I said, I was re-recording this and getting a little bit frustrated with everything, so
That's understandable.
wasn't quite thinking properly, but it's just a bunch of background stuff, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. I meant to ask this a bit ago. Is the story in this game an adaptation of any plot that's been done in one of the comics, or is it like totally original?
It's original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it'll be up close. Nowhere really stunk sometimes, but...
Clark! Over there!
There's so many of them. I thought most nobodies would have rejected the promise.
Everyone wants something they can't have.
Yeah, but these crooks were suspicious of anyone giving them anything for free.
Yeah, I don't know, Rocket. Like Gamora said, everybody wants something.
The Church tailors their offer to the individual.
Seems to me most of them would give in.
Or they'd be killed. Not an easy choice.
They got Clark and Faith batteries everywhere.
Just like on Hal's Hope.
Perhaps they have built another giant ray gun inside the Continuum Cortex.
To siphon faith from multiple worlds at once? Is that even possible?
The energy ain't filling these batteries. It's moving away from them.
And yeah, the story is original. Of course, it does take elements from the comics here and there, but it adapts them into a different thing, kind of like the MCU does.
Gotcha.
So they're powering something.
Sure looks like it.
Yeah, when it comes to like big budget comic book video games, like I'm always curious if like the stories are like original or adaptations.
Everyone quiet.
I think they're usually original, though.
That's pretty neat.
I don't remember any off the top of my head that would be like a straight adaptation, unless you count like Maximum Carnage on the Sega Genesis.
Was that Genesis or SNES? I actually can't
Both.
remember. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a...
So yeah, that was as straight an adaptation of the Arc as you could do on a 16-bit consoles at the time,
Right.
but yeah, overall I think these games mostly just kind of do their own thing.
We have made our intentions clear!
More batteries the deeper we go. 100 units says they're tied to the fulfillment.
The priest said that they were
They
bringing...
can't raise the dead, especially after we save Nikki.
Of course, there was Ultimate Spider-Man on the PS2, which was supposed to be basically a chapter of the comic, but it didn't quite work out that way in the end.
Well, with a name like Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah, I would expect it to be some kind of adaptation of sorts of the Ultimate Spider-Man comic.
Yeah, it was supposed to basically be a chapter of that comic during the Venom arc of it, but yeah, they took some liberties with that. And the comics that came later, they just kinda did their own thing, so...
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, honestly, like, all these different continuities for like a single title just make it really hard to follow sometimes.
We're back here, Quill. Looks like you're gonna have to yank a chunk free from this side, though.
If I can find a way over there.
I do recommend the Ultimate Spider-Man comics though. Those are pretty good.
Let's hope it holds.
Okay.
Oh, Scott! Not Mantlos. Look at her. This is personal, Quill.
Peter, let's go!
Yes, we are going, but first we need to open up some...
What Warlock said.
Which part? He hasn't stopped talking since we met him.
There's been no sign of Goldie Braun since he leapt from our ship.
Adam Warlock.
Might be splattered somewhere across the lower city.
Goldie Braun's a pretty good name.
By a wandering creep squad.
Or maybe he was lying about which side he was on and is just waiting to attack us.
Okay, I thought Eggy Noob here already got poisoned or something earlier, but apparently he was fine at least until all this happened.
The Warlock carries an old grudge. He would not align himself with the Grand Unifier.
I know how much you love this dive.
It was the one spot in this whole Flarkin galaxy where a guy could feel safe. I mean, except for the bar brawls and the security raids and the bounty hunters.
We'll drink to it later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we were held at gunpoint at this bar last I remembered.
Wonder if
That happens every time.
Never saw this coming.
Unlikely. They were all charlatans.
Most of them were pickpockets and fences. Pretty useful people to know. Yeah, what do we need the Golden Boy for anyways? We were doing fine without him.
I was not fine. Magus was devouring my soul. Your memory is suspect.
My memory is flawless. I'm just an optimist.
Mantis brought us to Warlock for a reason.
Warlock's stronger than any of us, and he's got a pretty good reason to hate Raker.
So you buy his ripped my soul in two story.
Just saying, if anybody stands a chance going toe-to-toe with Raker, it's him. And we're gonna need the Grand Unifier out of the way if we want to stop this ritual.
Throw the meat into the meat grinder to keep it busy.
That's not what I...
No, I'm on board now, Quill. It's a solid strategy.
Okay, good, that's nice.
Sure.
Also, that icon there is just fire, so... I was a bit confused by that at first, but yeah. And there's some components somewhere around here, but...
What must it feel like to have one's soul torn in two?
If Magus was half my soul, I'd be happy to get rid of it.
I'd want to get rid of the Warlock part too.
Wow, rude.
More sharpies dropping in!
They'll be dropping like flies soon enough. Blow 'em up!
Yeah, I didn't even bother using the Gravistack for those guys, I just blew them up.
Yeah, you probably didn't need it.
He's off his game! Let's knock him down!
Now's our chance!
What?
Go team!
Looks like it.
I'm not sure about that camera angle, but whatever. I'll take it.
Yeah, the camera's having a time this chapter.
Everything was having a time in this chapter.
At least the frame rate's normal now.
Well, at the moment it is, yeah, until the game starts having a memory leak.
Oh boy. I almost forgot you previewed that earlier.
Yeah, for some reason this level just appears to have a bug like that. If the game's been running for a long time, it's just gonna completely go apeshit in this level basically at some point.
Oh no, the DK64 problem.
Miriam used to be right here. Did the church destroy it?
Doubt it. The Collector probably blasted out of here at the first sign of trouble.
Before the first sign, the Collector's supposed to be able to see the future.
Wait, how did he move the whole Emporium?
It was a ship.
Huh. Never would have guessed it from the inside.
Maybe it's more of a shuttle.
We just read the thing about him moving the whole Emporium.
We read it, but not Peter.
I mean, he looked like he was reading it.
Yeah, but can you really say he was reading it?
I mean, fair enough.
Hard to believe how much the place has changed.
Are we sure he can read?
If they rebuild, it'll likely never be the same.
I mean, I guess he would have to be able to read because he's writing the diary and, of course, he needs to know the Star-Lord lyrics and all that stuff, so...
Yeah.
So yeah, here was a Guardian collectible, not in the pit here, on the platform, which I will reach eventually.
Why do you cry, rodent?
I'm not crying. I'm just remembering all the jobs I did here.
Yeah, there was one right here. I forget off the top of my head which one it was. I was trying to go to the item inventory or the compendium to see if it's there, but I don't think it actually shows up there until we have the dialogue about it. Because the doll is just creepy as all hell. Why did we buy that?
Because Gamora wanted it?
Yeah, but it looks like that.
Look, I'm not gonna ask her any questions about, like, what she's into.
I mean, fair enough.
She can enjoy her creepy dolls if she wants to.
I have seen Knowhere this desolated before.
No way. When?
If you wander about early enough in the morning, it is this empty.
I don't think that counts, Drax.
Looks like the church is trying to keep us out of there.
That's not gonna work.
I mean, couldn't someone just squeeze past those flimsy-looking wires?
I just figured there'd be more conversion.
Unless they are, like, electrified or something.
Yeah, I was about to say those seemed like they might be live wires. I don't think anyone should be squeezing past those.
But she cut them with a sword made of metal.
Non-conductive metal? I don't know.
This is how they powered their fleet to reach Lamentus.
Nah, the Cortex could handle that on its own.
Boo.
What? It was a good pun.
Nikki had Warlock's soul stone in her hand. What if it's fused there and Raker's trying to remove it?
Like you did with Goldilocks? Didn't work all that well the first time.
The girl may have sensed the evil in the stone and insisted they try again.
Or she's outlived her usefulness and Raker wants the stone's power for himself.
Regardless, we must reach the Undercity to find the girl and stop whatever they are doing.
We'll have to be ready for them to try and stop us.
The converted ones will be prepared to die in order to bring their loved ones back to life.
Which is pretty ironic if you think about it.
At least they left a bunch of components lying around. They're not gonna need those.
Nope.
Well, that's suspicious.
That's not the way to Cosmos.
Might be something down there we can use. Fruit.
The seedy underbelly. You know, they used to run a poacher's ring out of here.
Is that what that smell was?
Yep, rotting beasts from Maclu 4.
Yeah, I guess that was our friend Lipless who was running that
Ah.
with his partner.
Was really hoping there'd be hover bikes down here.
Why would there be?
No outrageous parking fees, for one. And two, sometimes you want to drop something off without anyone else seeing.
Danger! Danger! High voltage!
Can you squeeze in there?
Yep, let's see where it goes.
So if there were hover bikes down here,
We could have hopped on and zipped down to the lower city. Me and Groot used to do it all the time. There you go. Should be safe.
should be.
You ain't getting electrocuted, but there could be a hole in the floor for all I know.
Thank Flark these boots are waterproof.
Look at the picture of Cosmo, the graffiti
Yeah.
on the wall.
I was about to
That's
say,
beautiful.
I love the Cosmo decal there. That rules.
It's like Stamp.
Except not corporate propaganda.
Yeah, Cosmo's keeping it real. And there was also an outfit in that area, but of course we already got that off screen, so never mind that.
And
And let's continue before Nikki becomes a dead end too.
Our level of cooperation is invigorating. We have become a formidable team.
yep, sure have, Drax.
Ain't we just one big, happy Flarkin family? What are you doing with that garbage?
She's not garbage.
Behold the power of the light! Via Magnati!
Kid, you're not supposed to stare into the camera.
Probably not supposed to have purple eyes either. Purple glowing eyes. Or that.
The Guardians of the Galaxy! Save the believers and alert the Grand Unifier! The fulfillment must not be stopped!
That's it! He finally snapped!
Gamora, wait for us! Blow the way back in!
Yeah, so Gamora ran off doing her own thing, so we can't use her in this fight. But I think we can handle these chumps.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
What's going on right now, Gamora?
If I had to guess, maybe she saw elements of herself in that child?
Yeah, maybe.
Mark Gamora!
Right in the head right now!
Maybe she'll talk to us about it. Or maybe she'll stab us for asking. Could go either way.
I'm just trying to figure out what she's even doing right now. She just looked like she was standing there. I think she's fighting a dude now? Yeah, she is.
Throw that, Drax!
I got all these toys! I'm just dying for you!
In a moment, Rocket, in a moment.
Need some breathing room, Groot!
Yeah, this whole area is pretty big, so... These guys... I'm not sure where that guy came from, but... I was about to say there's gonna be some guys that might be hiding behind a whole bunch of stuff. And they can be kinda easy to miss, and... Okay, that did something at least.
Sick of Drax!
Okay, we have a ×3 damage multiplier on this guy, so... We are about ready to go to town on him, especially as he has this dagger going on as well.
Let's see those branches!
He's got a lot of health, though.
Mark Gamora!
She ain't right in the head right now!
This adversary is no fortified!
Not again!
Again? No, it ain't my fault he's acting like this!
Wait, how did those guys get here? Did they just jump the chasm?
You good?
Never better.
Yep, definitely not good. Gamora, wait, hold on a sec.
Why? So more children can be sacrificed in the name of Raker's flarked up church?
Of course not,
Just what, Peter?
I don't know. Breathe.
Every minute we waste. We don't have time to breathe.
I know Raker brings back bad memories.
This isn't about Thanos. It's about Nikki and what men like Raker and Thanos do to girls like her. Like me. My sister. If I had just been better at protecting Nebula, maybe she wouldn't be dead.
Whoa. What? Nebula's dead? How? By who? Tell me, so I can find him and shake his Kratak in hand.
By me.
You killed your sister?
She is the one you saw in Matriarch's promise.
That's how I knew it was a lie. The Nebula I knew had been twisted into a hateful, vengeful monster thing. One who would never stop unless I stopped her. So I did. I just never expected to survive.
Why didn't you say something?
It's not exactly a conversation starter. Hi, I'm Gamora. I murdered my sister. Can we be friends? Of course we can't. How can you be friends with a monster? Why would you want that on your team? A team I actually kind of enjoyed being on, all things considered.
Well, I hate Nebula, so I actually would have... What? I'm just saying it don't change nothing.
Actually, it changes everything. The most deadly woman in the galaxy just admitted she loves us.
I did not.
You did. You said you were in love with us right after the part about killing your sister.
I said I enjoyed your company.
That is the Catathian definition of love.
Like. I'll give you like. Can we just move on?
Agreed. That's about all the love fest I can take.
We accept you, Gamora Zenubri.
Pretty sure we're married now.
This is excruciating.
All right, I'm pretty sure we've all caught our breath. What say we go stop a nutjob cult leader?
Yes.
Well, I guess that's one way to give us her mega ability.
Yeah, maybe takes a bit of the emotional impact of the whole thing, but...
Also, I like that those guys waited for the team to have their moment before showing up.
They were enjoying it.
Even while under the influence of whatever's going on.
Don't worry about it. We have one of the big boys here on the field. The Dark Colossus from Knowhere.
Ah, does look like that guy.
In slightly smaller form. God damn it.
I thought you got knocked into the abyss.
Nah, that was just sad.
I see it! Oh, I hope that felt as bad as it looks! We've got to apply more pressure!
Yeah, I don't think this guy really picked the best day to try to attack us.
Is there ever a good day to attack the team?
Well, especially not at this moment.
Yeah, I guess when the team's splintered, like it was a couple chapters ago, that would have been an okay time, but...
Many goons.
With access to the Cortex, who knows how many reserve forces they can bring in here. We gotta shut it down!
Let's get to the bridge. Cosmos Tower is the quickest way.
We'll do that next time, I think.